I'm here to talk about the benefits of waxing and also give you a little mini tutorial on how to apply a strip with using hard wax featuring Tress Wellness Complete Waxing Kit. Before we get started, go ahead and subscribe because I'm going to be dropping a few more videos based on waxing, specifically hard waxing the body and the skin. But today we are doing it with the Tress Wellness Kit. So these are not in order, but I'm just going to tell you the benefits of waxing. Most importantly, the benefits of waxing saves you time and energy. Let me repeat this. It saves you time and energy. If you are the type of person who does not feel like shaving every single day, every time you shave, you literally, your hair grows back the next day and it's like so annoying, switch to waxing. I'm telling you, when you wax, you only need to wax once a month. That is typically every 4 to 6 weeks. So you do the math. Waxing once a month compared to shaving, I don't know, 4 times a month, 5 times a month, 6 times a month, 7 times a month. Shoot, if you're the type of person who hates hair and you need to shave every single day, that is approximately 30 to 31 times a month. I hope that's not you, but if it is, just go over to waxing. The more that you wax, the more your hair becomes thin and the longer it takes for it to grow in. So it can go from waxing 1 time a month to waxing maybe 1 time every other month, and then even longer. So that's like one of the benefits of waxing. It's like chef's kiss because baby, I am busy. I do so much, and if I can reduce the maintenance for my skincare or for hair removal, whew, that is everything. So that's one right there. Another benefit to waxing is that it reduces ingrown hairs, bumps, and breakouts. A lot of times when you're shaving, it kind of interferes with the hair growth cycle. So like when you wax and you get on regimen, your hair is all growing on one cycle, which will reduce ingrown hair, bumps, and breakouts. Now, I'm not going to be the one to sit here and say that you can't get ingrown hair bumps at all when waxing, but if you do wax, it is very important to follow your at-home care, which is exfoliating and moisturizing, which will definitely reduce ingrown hair bumps. But compared to shaving, it is reducing it a whole lot more. It's less irritating for the skin, so that's another benefit to waxing. When you're shaving, you risk cutting and like getting razor burn on your skin, and it's just really annoying. It's also less irritating because as your hair grows back when you're shaving, it grows in like a lot more thick. The hair is a lot more blunt when it's coming through the skin, which could also cause those ingrown hair bumps. But when you're waxing, the hair grows in a lot thinner, so it's not as irritating. It's definitely not itchy when it's growing back. So that's another reason why waxing is just so much better. Another great thing with waxing is that it gently exfoliates the skin. So your skin is a lot more smooth. I have clients leave out of my salon and they're like, oh my gosh, like I feel so fresh and smooth again. So it just takes like those dead layers of skin off. And I'm not talking about taking skin off and is ripping your skin off and bleeding. If that happens, your wax was not done correctly. That is not supposed to happen. But as far as exfoliation, it does like a very light and gentle exfoliation to the skin. So it definitely makes your skin nice and smooth. Another one is that it saves money. If you're a first-time waxer, you might think, oh my God, this wax is like so expensive, because it can range depending on who you go to. It can be $50 to $65. I feel like those are like fair prices. It could be lower and it could be higher. But somebody might look at it and be like, oh my God, like I charge $60 for a Brazilian wax. They might be like, oh my God, $60 for a Brazilian wax? Dang, like that's a little tight right now. Let me just go get a razor. But if you do the math, you're paying $60 1 time a month, potentially 1 time every 2 months. So that's about $30 a month. But if you're getting a razor, You could go for the cheap one, but it's gonna be worse on your skin. And then on top of that, razors don't last long, so you gotta continue replacing your razors. And if you want a good razor, you're gonna spend, you know, some nice bucks on a good razor. But like I said, it's not like you can get a razor and just keep it forever. Like eventually you have to throw it away and replace it. When I was shaving, I used my razor one time. Yes, one time, threw it away, and I got another razor. But that winds up adding up in the long run. So it's like, you think you're spending less shaving, but you're actually spending more. And then on top of that, you have to keep re-upping on razors when you just got to pay one price, get your waxing done, and then that's it. Bye-bye. I'll see you next month. I'll see you in the next 2 months. And then it saves time. Like I said, one, it saves me time because it only takes 10 to 15 minutes for me to get a Brazilian wax. It only takes 10 to 15 minutes for a Brazilian wax versus me in a shower doing the most, one leg behind my head, bent over, trying to like wax myself. And then don't get me started on the butt strip. Like, I'm trying to shave myself. So don't get me started on the butt strip, trying to shave the butt strip. Baby, like, just save the hassle and get waxed. So I hope I'm not all over the place. I hope I'm not rambling around. But those are the benefits to waxing. Exfoliating, saving time, saving money, less irritating, smooths the skin, less itching. Like, baby, just wax because you'll know the benefits once you get it done. That's enough for the benefits of waxing. I feel like I should make another video separate on that just so we can go into deep detail. But that's just brief on what's the benefits of waxing. Now we're going to get into how to lay down a wax strip using hard wax by the Tress Wellness Complete Waxing Kit. So right now I have my wax pot on. I was trying to let it cool down. This is the consistency of it right now. And although I'm okay with this consistency, I do want to warm it up just a little bit. While I'm letting this get warmed up, there is going to be a video playing right here of me pouring in the beads and letting it warm up and then showing you the consistency that is right. Now we are going to get into how to lay a wax strip, and I'm using my arm as a canvas. It's a great blank canvas to test out your wax, to test out your temperature, and to practice creating strips on your arms. I know that this is an at-home wax kit, but you need to understand how to lay down a wax strip before you even attempt on trying to do this at home, because it looks very easy, but when it comes to hard wax, it's all about technique. So the first thing that I'm going to start off with is using the Tress Wellness Pre-Wax Spray. What this is going to do is cleanse my arm and create a blank canvas for me to allow the wax to adhere to the hair. So I went ahead and created some little pads. All I did was take some paper towel that I had at home, cut it into little squares. You don't have to do all this, but I just did this for this video. What I use in my salon, I use cotton rounds. I will definitely link that below in the description box. I get them off Amazon. And you want to cleanse whatever area that you are going to be applying wax on. This removes any dirt, debris, oil, or anything that would decrease the wax from being able to adhere to the arm, okay? That's very, very, very important. You might lay your wax strip down and skip this step, and then you wonder why your wax is not adhering to the skin properly or the hair is not removing. Now, another step that I like to use in my salon is apply some powder. I'll go ahead and link that down below, but this kit does not come with powder, so I'm not going to use it. It's not really a necessity to use powder in certain areas of the body, or like if their skin is really dry, you don't really need to use powder, because 9 times out of 10, that wax is going to adhere perfectly. But I just love using the powder. Sometimes my clients sweat. Sometimes the cleanser is kind of like just sitting on the skin and it allows it to absorb some extra cleanser. And then I like to use the powder because it creates an extra barrier between the skin and the wax, and it allows a more comfortable experience. If you don't have powder, some people do use an oil, but you have to be very careful when using an oil because you don't want to like create an area that is really hard for the wax to adhere to. So like I said, it's all about technique. So now what I'm doing, I'm just taking my large wax stick. Like the reason why I'm still using this wax stick that I was mixing with is because I'm literally doing this for tutorial purposes, and this is just going to be a kit that I use at home on myself. Now, if you're going to be waxing on other people or doing it for business, you never, ever want to double dip your wax and use it multiple times because that creates cross-contamination. What you want to do is you take your wax stick, blah, 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 apply it, and then throw your wax stick in the trash, and then get a brand new wax stick every single time. So, but for tutorial purposes, I literally just unboxed this, and I'm not going to be using this on anyone else. So that is why I am using this same stick. I like to grab my wax. You want it to be like a thicker consistency. So you see how it's taking a while to just droop off of the stick, right? So you don't want it to be runny, but you don't want it to be hard. I'm trying to think of what type of consistency this is, but I hope you just get the point by, you know, just watching my video. See? So you want to grab your wax stick, grab your wax, and you want to spin in your hand. Spin in your hand. Spin, spin, spin. So the purpose of spinning is so that the wax can stay on the stick. This is going to be your most important step when it comes to using hard wax. I highly recommend practicing this over and over and over again until it feels comfortable. And you don't want to go too slow because then the wax can drip off of the stick. You want to be very steady and just keep tossing it. So now what we're going to do is lay the wax strip. You never want to stop twirling your stick. You want to keep twirling it until you're ready to place it down onto the canvas. So I swipe the wax off, and then I start at the top, and I swipe my wax stick all the way down, and you want to keep going. Now, when you're applying your wax, you do want to hold the skin taut, but because I'm doing it on myself, it's so much harder to like hold it. So after you get your wax strip nice and flat, that's when you want to curve and create that lip. I'm going to do another strip too, just so it can look a little better. But I created a lip at the bottom. And the reason why I'm going to create the lip is because this is where I'll be pulling it. So in order to know if your wax is ready to be pulled, you should be able to touch it. And if no wax strings are following you and it's not sticky, it's ready to be pulled. So you create your lip, and what I like to do is get a nice grip at the end and pull. When you pull, you don't want to like hesitate and like jerk, jerk, jerk. That will hurt you and that will hurt your client. It's just very uncomfortable. Like if you're going to pull the wax strip, pull that joint off and, you know, go about your day. So you grip and you pull. Okay? And then after you pull, you can apply some like pressure onto the skin because that helps to calm it down. If you're going to be doing this on other people, you definitely want to wear gloves because, like I said, you don't want to cross-contaminate. And what I'm doing here is removing the extra little pieces of wax with wax. So a fun fact is that wax removes wax. So the part that was sitting up on your skin, once you remove that and you have some pieces of wax, you can just use it to remove like other little pieces of wax. And then after you're done with that, you want to use your after spray, and then that's going to basically like soothe the skin and prevent any bumps, breakouts, and like ingrown hairs, inflammation, because it moisturizes the skin as well. So before I do that, I want to do another tutorial of me laying this strip. So you make sure you stir your pot. And you can do this multiple times during your waxing session because sometimes the wax like will set at the top because it's typically cooler at the top. But you can like stir it up and get those sides in. So I'm going to grab some more wax and I'm going to twirl. Okay, keep twirling. And then I'm going to take my wax and remove it off the skin. And I'm going to bring that down. You want to make sure that you have like even coats. And make sure that your stick is at a 90-degree angle, standing straight up. And then when you're ready to create that lip, that's when you can angle it maybe to like a 45-degree angle all the way until it gets flat down to the sides. That's where it's going to connect. And then you can take the extra residue off the back of the stick. Sometimes there's some strings, like when you do this, sometimes some string pulls. So you could just twirl that just to get it out the way. Check your wax. And this one dries pretty fast. I like that it's a gel-based wax because it's very flexible. And then here goes my lip. I hope you can see that. Here goes the lip. So we call it the lip because it like curves under and it literally looks like a lip. You want your lip to be thick enough so that you can grip it and pull. So now I'm gonna grip. I do like a little pinching method. Here we go. See? This is the lip area where I'm going to be pulling. And I do a little grip. See that? Some people flick to create this little lip, but I just grip. And if I'm going to grip and there's hair there, I pull like right after because I don't want my client to feel uncomfortable and I don't want to feel uncomfortable if I'm waxing myself, right? So you grip and pull. Woo! You see that? So you see how like there's extra wax? I don't know if you can see that, but you see that little extra piece of wax? I'm going to take the back of this. So it was sitting like this. And I'm going to take it, which is actually the front of this, the part that was sticking out. I'm going to pick up, where'd it go? I'm going to pick up that little piece of wax with this wax. See? And I picked it up. So you can pick up all your extra wax on your skin with the wax that you just taken off. Ha ha ha. That creates less cleanup. So now, at the end of the wax, I'm going to use the Tress Wellness After Wax Spray. You want to spray it in a piece of cotton or a paper towel. And you want to put this on after you wax yourself because it's going to calm and soothe the skin, moisturize the skin, and reduce any inflammation, ingrown hairs, breakouts, and bumps. And voila, you'll have smooth skin. So I hope that you enjoyed this video on the benefits of waxing, plus how to apply a hard wax strip using Tress Wellness Complete Waxing Kit. Go ahead and like this video and give it a thumbs up if you found it very helpful. Comment down below what was the most helpful part of this video. I'd love to continue educating you about waxing and, you know, just giving you some more tips and tricks. Don't forget to check the links below so you can see where you can get everything that I'm using in this video plus more. All right, guys, thank you so much. Have a great day. Mwah, mwah, mwah.